lecture, we are going to see our first wireless technology and the security aspect of that wireless technology. The first wireless technology we are going to see is GSM. GSM, Global System for Mobile Communication. It is a standard developed by ETSI, European Telecommunication Standards Institute, to describe the protocols of the second generation, that is 2G cellular network. Let us quickly go through the architecture. We'll just cover the important and vital stuff from the architecture required for understanding the security in GSM. So this is the architecture of GSM. As you see on the left hand side, the first section that we have is the mobile station. Mobile station has two equipments. The first is mobile equipment and the second is SIM. Mobile equipment consists of a battery, that is a power source, and the processing power. It has the main processing power. Whereas the SIM module, that is the SIM module, that is the user equipment, it has a SIM module, SIM card. The SIM card, the full form of SIM is subscriber identity module. Within subscriber identity module, we have two vital ingredients. The first thing is KI. KI is nothing but a key, that is an identifier of the SIM. A key identifier of a SIM. The second is IMSI. IMSI is an international mobile subscriber identity, which is a constant and a unique value for every SIM. These two informations are stored in the SIM card. Along with these two, there is another algorithm which is stored inside the SIM, that is A3 algorithm. A3 is an algorithm used as an encryption standard, which we will look in the further slides. The second section is the access network. The access network is nothing but comprises of base stations. Base stations are nothing but transceivers that can receive and transmit signals. The very important section is the third section. The third section is nothing but has two sections. One is circuit switched and the other is packet switched. One is circuit switched, the other is packet switched. The circuit switched network helps in telephonic communication, whereas the packet switch network helps in data communication, which is done using GPRS. Now let us come to the most important section of the architecture, which we will require to understand the security aspect. That is the core network. Inside the core network, the very vital three components which are present are the VLR, the HLR, the VLR, the HLR and the AUC. Let me just state the full form of the three. The HLR stands for Home Location Register. VLR stands for Visitor Location Register. And AUC stands for Authentication Center. I repeat, Home Location Register, Visitor Location Register and Authentication Center. The HLR is nothing but a database of all the registered users in the home directory. VLR is nothing but all the visiting mobile stations. The data of all the visiting mobile stations is inside VLR. And Authentication Center is the main component used in security. Let us move to the security aspect. So, the security in GSM mainly comprises of three goals. The first goal is to achieve authentication. The second goal is to achieve anonymity. And the third goal is to achieve confidentiality. Let me explain you what are these three. The first goal, authentication, describes that the core network authenticates the mobile station authenticates the mobile station whether that the mobile station is a registered user or not. Anonymity describes and makes the mobile station anonymous through the outside world. The last is confidentiality. Confidentiality ensures that the data transmitted by the mobile station remains confidential and secret. So let us look in detail all of those three. The first is authentication. I'll just explain you the working of authentication. How does authentication work? As soon as a mobile station tries to become a part of a network, what happens is the authentication center generates a random number. It generates a random number and looks for the identification key of that particular mobile station from the HLR or VLR. As soon as it retrieves the identification key, that is KI, from HLR or VLR, it sends the random number to that particular mobile station. This random number is then accepted by the mobile station. As we earlier discussed, the subscriber identity key present in the SIM is already present with the mobile station, which is inside the SIM. The key and the random number are then passed through the A3 algorithm to generate a secured response, SRES. This secured response is then forwarded to the AUC, that is Authentication Center. The AUC, using the random number and the KI received from HLR or VLR, generates its own SRES. The two SRES are compared by the AUC, and if they two match, then the user is authenticated. We have to understand here that KI here is a private entity and is only known either by the authenticated subscriber, that is the SIM card, or the HLR or VLR of that particular subscriber. So there is no way to generate this SRES correctly without knowing the KI. And that is how we establish authentication mechanism in GSM. So let us move. How do we achieve anonymity? It is very simple. The only identity revealed in the network while communication is the IMSI. What is IMSI? IMSI is International Mobile Subscriber Identity. This is a constant with every SIM. And whenever data is being transferred on the network, it is associated with this IMSI. What GSM does is, after successful authentication, this IMSI is switched with TMSI. TMSI stands for Temporary Mobile Subscriber Identity, which is recorded in the HLR. Now every time the mobile station wants to transmit data, it does not use the IMSI, but it uses the TMSI, and hence we have successfully saved the subscriber's identity. Third and a very important aspect is confidentiality. So after we have achieved authentication and the mobile is a part of the network now, how do we encrypt the data? Here data could be a signal or an actual bits, an electrical signal or actual bits. First, on the mobile station, this entire confidentially happens on the mobile station. What happens is the subscriber identity key KI and the received random number while authentication is passed through A8 algorithm. This A8 algorithm is used to generate a new key, that is a ciphering key. This ciphering key is used in A5 algorithm along with the data signal to generate the encrypted signal. Again, this signal could be both a voice signal or a data signal used for communication. So this was all for GSM security. Thank you.